Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello YouTube and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I want to talk about where's the Luka needs help narrative. Everybody seems to love the no help narrative these days. Whether they're talking about Jokic, whether they're talking about LeBron, whether they're talking about anybody, everyone needs more help. With LeBron back and without Reeves, the Lakers are getting beat down by the worst teams in the league. They lost to the Hornets, Kings, and Bucks recently, who have a combined record of nobody cares because it's that bad. Against the Hornets, the Lakers didn't have a single player with a positive plus minus. Not one. I don't do game breakdowns because channels like Angry Old Hoops do it better than I ever could. I also can't be bothered to watch the games. And with games like this, it just reaffirms my decision to not watch. Luka is breaking his back trying to carry this team, and he can't get anyone to help him out. Now understand, I can't stand Luka, I can't stand LeBron, I can't stand Reeves. The three of them are exactly what is wrong with the modern game. But if LeBron gets a no-help narrative, then Luka should get one too. Luka's terrible on defense, but the Lakers' defensive rating has dropped even further since LeBron came back. The Lakers' defense is like a turnstile. You could just go right by. The Lakers continue to get more free throws than almost every team they play against and either lose or barely win. And this is supposed to be a team with the GOAT and two top 10 players? It's funny to me that LeBron fanboys and media shills love to dump on Jordan for losing to the Celtics in the playoffs in 85 and 86, when Jordan's best teammates were Orlando Woolridge, Charles Oakley, and Dave Corzine. And they were playing easily one of the top 5 teams ever assembled. But when LeBron didn't make the playoffs his first 2 seasons, he didn't have any help. They love to mask the truth and leave out context whenever it's convenient for them. No one ever said Scottie needs more help when he was playing with the Bulls when Jordan was on the team. No one ever said that about the Wizards when Jordan was on those teams. And yet ESPN continues to glaze a player that has been carried by a third option. And now that that third option is out, they can't beat bad teams. I swear GOAT used to mean the greatest of all time. They've had to have changed the definition because this isn't even in the same stratosphere as Jordan. LeBron is lazy, clumsy, has no fundamentals, pathetic shooting percentage outside of 3 feet, no bag, flops and whines. This is the greatest? Really? As Jordan once said, stop it. Get some help. LeBron recently posted, "Love me or hate me, you will remember me." Motherfucker, I have 3 TBIs. I have a memory like a goldfish. The only reason I can't forget you is because you, the media, and your fanboys never shut the fuck up about you. When you finally disappear, hopefully off of this mortal coil, I will never mention your name again, except one last time to toast your deserved demise. You have ruined the game that I love. And while you didn't do it on your own, you do like to call yourself the greatest of all time, even though you didn't win a championship on your own, even though you didn't win the championship at all. So you get all the blame. You want all the praise? Now you get all the blame. It's your fault. Uncommon Sense just did a video where he was showing LeBron yet again talking about he would never cheat the game. Given that you've already cheated the game multiple times. I don't know how far back I would have to go in a game to see you not cheat the game. Carrying and traveling, cheating the game. Flopping, cheating the game. Offensive fouls, cheating the game. Bull rushing, cheating the game. Yelling at refs, cheating the game. When do you not cheat the game? That's what I want to know. I can't think of it. I can't think of a single time where I've seen you play. I talked about it in one of my recent videos. The first game back that I watched of the NBA after a 20-plus year break, you flopped 3 times. I hadn't watched the NBA in decades. Not decade, decades, as in more than one. And the very first game back that I watch, the quote-unquote greatest player of all time flopped 3 times. How's that possible? What fucking game even is this? This isn't basketball. This is like a really awful parody. If aliens had seen Space Jam 2, this is what they would think basketball is. If that was their only context, was a really terrible remake of a cartoon kids movie about basketball, this would be similar. I just don't understand. I was watching part of the Lakers Hornets game last night on 93's A's live stream with him and King Speech Row. So shout out to them. But this game is sick. It has no integrity anymore. There's no class. There's no sportsmanship. There's no competition. And one of the things we were talking about last night is there are no rivalries. And I actually plan on doing a video about this, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, so stay tuned. Rivalries are dead, and rivalries are what made this game. In fact, they're what makes sports. I was a Vikings fan for over 30 years. I finally just stopped watching the NFL because it, quite frankly, and some of you may disagree, it's just as bad as the NBA. They've stolen defense from the game. They've made offense so incredibly easy that any statistical accomplishments achieved now are inevitable, just like in the NBA. You didn't overcome anything to reach that accomplishment or that milestone. You simply played. And the game is so simple, it's just inevitably going to happen. I think if they're going to have these record books, they need to have 2 different record books. They need to have one when teams actually had to play against defense in sports, and then another where they didn't. So when you have the most scored points all time in the NBA, but your entire career was played without hand checking and a 3-second rule, it either has a gigantic asterisk next to it or it's in an entirely different rule book because it's not the same. Context matters. How you do something matters. How you achieve something matters. You don't get to change the rules and move the goalposts and then still receive the same level of praise and accolades. You don't. Maybe by some jackasses that don't care about sports, they just care about accolades. Sure, you can have their praise, but who cares? They'd give you their praise anyway for nothing. I'm not one of those people. A lot of the people that I know and associate myself with and like to consider myself as peers also don't feel that way. So if having the praise of some 20-year-old clown who's never watched an entire game of sports or played an entire game of sports in their lives, good for you. And I'm not saying that all 20-year-olds are like that. Thankfully, I've seen a number of channels of younger people recognizing how bad this is. They're going back and watching old games or old highlight reels and are finally understanding that they've been duped. They've been lied to. The media has brainwashed them into thinking mediocrity is greatness. And they're starting to wake up. And that makes me incredibly happy. And I hope it continues. But I will say, again, like I started at this video because I got a little bit off point, if LeBron has received a no-help narrative for the entirety of his career when he has had more help than any other player in NBA history, Luka deserves one too. Get him some help. I guarantee if you got rid of LeBron or just benched his ass for the rest of the season and Reeves is able to come back, the Lakers will start winning again. And they should, because they're playing dog-ass teams. I think it was 93Z that pointed out of the 16 games that they have this month, 12 of them are below 500. And they still can't beat them all. They're just ass. I can't imagine a team being ass with the quote-unquote greatest player of all time, the number 2 player, or at least close to number 2, easily top 5, and then what many considered the best third option in the game. And sure, he's out right now, but he was there, and I don't make excuses. I didn't make excuses for Jordan when he fucked up his knee, and the Wizards' schedule, winning got dismantled. You got hurt. That's the tough breaks of sports. So it doesn't matter that Reeves got hurt. Still need to find a way to win. Anyway, this video went a little bit off the rails as far as the topic, but that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. As always, I do want to shout out the content creators that can continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Scap Attack, Speam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Row, Goatcast Hoops. I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.